Alright, y'all. Don't know if I got the camera quite right. I got a haircut today, got a few things at the store. I was able to get up early this morning to do a few things, but I'm gonna try and work around the yard a little bit this morning, what's left of the morning and throughout the day. It's starting to get a little bit more tolerable. It's still hot, but it's getting more tolerable. I got a few things planted in the raised beds I'm gonna show you. I'm getting ready to take the tractor out. This area has gone to trash over here, and I got a few of these cuckoozy squashes that I gotta get out of there. Now that cuckoozy squash, I don't know if y'all familiar with it. I'm gonna show you one here. Look, here's one on the ground. I'm gonna show it to you. This here's a cuckoozy squash. That thing's like the size of a baseball bat. There's 3 of them right here. I got about 50 of them mixed up over there, a few on the ground over here. So there's a small one here. But anyway, I'm gonna let them turn into seeds. Look, this one just broke open. This one broke open here. You can see it's got a like white flesh in there. Let's see. My knife out. If I can get it to way open here. It has a flesh like this. It's got a ton of seeds in there. I'm gonna just take those seeds. If any of y'all want some cuckoozy squash seeds, let me know. I'm gonna have bazillions of them. Just let me know if you need some. Cool. I just threw it over there. A whole bunch of them just fell out. Probably gonna be growing cuckoozy squash right there. But I gotta shape up that area. I'm gonna bring the tractor in, cut it, plow it, till it. And I wanna try and get some potatoes down. See if I can get a little bit of a fall crop in. Gnats all over. Something about that cuckoozy squash. I noticed. This is one thing I noticed about squash. Not all squash. Vining squash. Like I remember when I had the dwarf spaghetti squash that I got from the seeds from Hoss Tools. I grew that. Well, I got millions though. Not millions, but a lot of squash. More than we could eat. Same thing with this cuckoozy squash. It vines very similar. This stuff is so hardy though. But I noticed it has a smell about it, and none of the wildlife eats it. The wildlife will not touch it. They will eat everything else, but they will not touch this vining squash. And it's got a smell. It almost smells like a dead, rotten flesh smell, and it attracts flies. And that's how it pollinates itself, with flies. And it attracts it, kind of like that death flower they got. It stinks. This stuff stinks. If you ever notice, go smell that vining squash. It doesn't have a great smell, and nothing eats it. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I've eaten that cuckoozy squash. I made some casseroles and stuff with it. It's fine enough for me. No one else has seemed to be having any problems with it, so it's a good squash. But I just know wildlife don't touch it, and it's pollinated by flies because of that smell. So maybe I'm not in. Maybe everybody in the world knows that, and I'm just trying to figure it out. But I've never grown too many vining squashes before. I've always, well, they're all vining, but not like climbing. The ones I grow on the ground are yellows and patty pans, or what they call them, the scallop squashes. the white ones, the yellow ones. I got some beautiful ones this year. But this was a good year for squash. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and get this area all shaped up for potatoes. I got some more, I've done half of my raised beds. I got them half of them done. I gotta weed and fill the rest of them. I got some compost and dirt soil I make myself for them. Try and fill them up, get them ready. I got some of them seeded with carrots, some of them seeded with beets already. I tried to start my seeds with cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts and all of that. I don't know what I'm having, but I'm having a rut with seed starting. I've never had a problem seed starting in all my life. And all of a sudden, for the past year, I seem to be in a rut. I don't know if it's the seed. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the weather. Maybe I just ain't giving it the time. I don't know, but I don't know that I've done anything too different. I'm trying different things, but I just cannot get my seeds to take off like I used to. I used to have no problem. It was just easy. And now for the last year, I've had it hard. I think I got some tricks in my head, tricks up my sleeve that I'm gonna be able to use to get them going. I think I've been watering them too hard. I think that's what I've been doing. So anyway, let's check out the raised beds. I'm gonna get crack-a-lacking on here. You know, with God willing, I'll be able to get all of this done today. Have it done. Back to work tomorrow. I'm on my 7 off, but 5 of the days on my 7 off, I can't turn down that overtime, man. They offering it. They're actually offering us incentives just to show up for work. They're paying us just to show up. That's amazing. I can't believe we've gotten to this point. They just, here's some money just to show up to work your shift. That's crazy. Anyway, sounds like the neighbors are going crazy with something they're building, and new people just moved in on the 6 acres across from me. They built a big old house. I think they built in either a pool or a pond or some kind of nice little area over there. But that's the good thing about these areas. You pretty much do whatever. My partner keeps telling me he's gonna bring his bulldozer for me to dig a pond. Yeah, he told me whenever I'm ready for it. I just don't have the time right now. But I got full access to his dozer and a skid steer. So, and my tractors and some other tractors. I could build that pond in probably less than a week. I just gotta get the time off. So anyway, we'll show you how the raised beds. We'll kick it on this. Really, nothing exciting, people. I wish I could get the videos I wanted to be doing this time of year. I wanted to be in my boat showing hunting, fishing, outdoors videos. That's gonna come. They're coming. I haven't stopped that yet. I'm still working and keeping my boat up nice, getting that taken care of. Every now and then I go out and do that. Y'all might see a little crabbing trip I took. I might put some of that footage on there. Right now is the time to be fishing though. They're biting. This is the time of year when it gets good. It starts to feel good outside. Anyway, here I go. I'm gonna show you how to raise beds. So here we are in the raised beds. Got some green onions. This is a bed that I transplanted a bunch of things to. I picked all of the consolidated things to. Consolidated all my chives and green onions over here. Got some garlic planted in there too. Some mixed in there. They're gonna come up. Some I think there's a piece of one right there. Hoping it comes up. But that's elephant garlic. This was a jalapeno. It was doing great. This one's 4 years old. Transplanted it, and it's some transplant shock, but it's got some new growth coming on it right there. It's gonna come back. There's another jalapeno pepper right there. There's a bell pepper. I had two beautiful tomatoes growing, and this one's starting to put out some new leaves. This one had a beautiful bush, and then something come and ate it. I don't know what ate it, but it's got to be a deer. The little baby deer everywhere. I got some videos of baby deer I'll show y'all that I took just 2 days ago. I think them baby deer got in here because I saw them running from around the shed, and they ran out into that area That's why y'all see me filming them. And they came from over here, so I imagine they were in this garden. I leave that door open just this much, that little gate, and they come in. Now, the fence is totally flattened over there. I didn't realize that. I have to put that fence back up. They won't jump this fence. They would if they were desperate. They won't. They walk, they find that opening, and they come in. I got this rosemary just done beautiful. The branch fell into the mud. It was right here. It was a broken one. See how it's all twisted, and it grew off of there, and now it went into the dirt. Now it's growing roots from there. These are all lavender that I picked off of this one. I stuck in here. They look like they might root, but see, this one's putting out new growth. These lavender love it in here. And this is another lavender that I cut back. There's a rosemary my wife bought that was about dead. I put in there. Here's another lavender. That one don't look like it's doing so well, but we'll see. We'll see. I consolidated that into here. Here's another garden right here where I consolidated peppers. We got one basil that's doing. I cut it back. Look how good it's doing. It's putting out new shoots. Here's a pepper putting out new. There's a cayenne pepper. These are some other peppers right here that volunteered coming up, so I just decided to plant them in here, and they're coming up. These are bell peppers right here. I know that. Transplanted. See? Got some flowers on them. They made a bunch of bell peppers, and I cut them back, and look, they're putting out again. You're gonna get a whole nother flush of bell peppers this year. There's just some ornamentals. My wife, she said she didn't want them where they were on the porch, so I just put them back here, take care of them. They made it through. Look at this pretty flowers they made. I did this garden right here. See, this is the stuff that I hate. You got to keep this out of your garden. This stuff, this dollar weed, look how it roots off. If you leave that in there, that will take over. Just a little piece of it does that. Takes over. That dollar weed is crazy invasive. See it like that? Get that out your garden. This right here, just the carrots. Carrots are doing great. Carpet of carrots here, huh? Look at that. I don't do carrots every year, but I decided to do some this year. I got some Danivers and Daniver half long. Here's some beets. I love my beets. Last year I had they came up beautiful, and then it was just a wonk, wonk, wonk. So I'm gonna go ahead and try them again this year. I had some extra seeds left over, so I'm doing beets in that garden and beets in this garden. I think that's Detroit Reds, and this right here is really clean. I don't know what that is. I just picked that up. They look like a nice beet to me, huh? Ruby Queen Heirloom. I don't know. That's what they had at the store, so I just picked up a pack of it. See, I did these beds. I filled them up. I'm getting them ready so I could put my winter crops in here. Look how bad these look. These need some tending to. Ooh, that's not good. Shall we, man? Wow, that's a terror. Yikes. Look, this is a basil. I'm gonna take that out of there, and look, there's a pepper. I didn't know I had a pepper right here. We'll take that out of there and plant that somewhere else. Here's a whole garden full of Thai basil. There's some older ones right here all over. And look, here's some other volunteers coming up. That Thai basil, I can grow that on the moon. I don't have no problem with that. I did this garden. I need to put some more soil in it. I started working on this garden. That grass comes out of there pretty easy. This crawling grass, though, let's see how easy that come out of there. That's that rabbit eye, bird eye. See, it's seeding. I don't want it to do that. That's pretty easy, comes out of there. It's pretty easy weeding. Y'all notice them eggshells in there. A lot of people have controversy over whether or not you put eggshells in your garden. Look, see that? Look how that dollarweed does. See how that does that? That's how that dollarweed grows. Nothing good about that stuff. I hate that stuff. Look at it. You want that out of your garden at all costs. Get that out of there. Pull it a little gentle so it don't break, and you can get a whole big bunch of it out of there. But see, it don't take much to weed these raised beds. See, this whole bed almost all weeded real quick like. All that noise coming from the front of my house over there. Dig that dollarweed up. And chamber bitters are just as bad. But we're going into the winter garden, so weeds won't be as much of a problem. See, almost that whole garden's weeded already. Don't take too much. Just gotta have the time. Alright, we'll do that one next. Do the last few, and these I'm gonna shape up. They got some tarragon still in this one. I want to keep. Pull this old cilantro and dill and parsley. The parsley's still coming up over here. I could cut this. Look, new one's still coming up with the winter coming on, so I could just still get me some good parsley out of here. That'll be good. Alright, y'all, that's all I got for this. Put this fence back up, tidy up this whole area, make it look good. These koozie vines are still putting out like crazy. If I could grow them all, yeah, I believe. The size of these things. All right, y'all. I got this field plowed yesterday, tilled, and then I was doing all my work, getting stuff done, and then the bottom fell out on me. You know, when the universe is against you, you ain't gonna win. You just ain't gonna win. And yesterday was one of my only days off. I'm heading to work today. See, I'm dressed in my scrubs, and this is the kicker. I just ran into the coop and ripped my sleeve, so that's another great thing. Got a pile of this Kikuchi squash yesterday. That was what I had to pick off of there to get it plowed, but while I was, I keep saying plowed, tilled. I got the tiller on my tractor. And while I was tilling, right at the last minute, I was going back for one more run over the whole thing. This stupid PTO. I mean, I wish they would make something a little bit more substantial than plastic to start your PTO. This is freaking ridiculous. So I'm about to take this dash off and see what I wanted to do it yesterday, but it rained all day. After that, I wasn't able to even, I got a little bit of my gardens weeded. I was able to get a little bit of that done. And you know, today, beautiful, a beautiful little north wind. Just wonderful feel to the air, a little bit of autumn or fall, whatever you want to say it is. And I was able to get a few more weeded. I need to get that one. I need to tend to these. And I got these weeded. Got that one weeded. I started working on these over here at the end. I ran into some ant hills. Let me get this out of here right now. Alright. But I don't want to do too much. I'm already ripping my clothes up, just walking around, running in the gates. Got these done. These are the beets. They're doing great. Well, they're doing. That rain beat them down pretty good. Hopefully they'll perk back up. Take that off of there. Put that way. This other side of the beets, it's a little thinner. Hopefully they take over. I could probably dig some of these up and spread them around a little bit. The carrots are doing great. Nice little carpet of carrots everywhere. So I put a little bit more seeds in this little bare spot right here. It's a little bit bare spot. I put a few more seeds. Everything else, you know, doing all right. Some peppers forming. Some jalapeno peppers are forming. Basil's doing it. I'm hoping this comes back. I think it will. Just a little shock. But we'll see. Little tomato plant. The tomatoes going. Something ate the tomato. Oh no, it's right there on the ground. It fell off with the rain yesterday. Hopefully it'll make more. Get ahead of these weeds right here. They don't want anything growing in there. I don't know. That might have been. I don't know what the heck that was. But this stuff. See how that comes out of there? Get rid of that. That'll tear off. That'll take off. Check on these seeds. I know they ain't came up yet. I reseeded these trays yesterday, and then the rain came and probably floated them all out of there. Nothing coming up yet. I'm just having fits with this. Now, I put the seeds, all I did, you can kind of see, I just let them fall on top instead of trying to fight it like I was before. I buried them a little bit, but maybe, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Alright, y'all, that's all I got. I'm gonna sign off and try and make a video. Hey, look, this rose that I had from a cutting, look how good it did. I did want to say, a guy was asking me for cutting. I still haven't forgotten about you. If you watch this video, I will be sending you cuttings, but it might have to wait a little bit while because right now I'm just working so much. But I haven't forgotten. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Alright, y'all. I want to show y'all another use for shade cloth. I mean, it's not any mouth dropping, jaw dropping, epiphany or anything like that. But I got some beets I've been planting. I love beets. And this year I'm going to go beet crazy. I got this garden, that garden, that garden, that garden, this garden, this garden, this garden, this garden, and this garden right here, all for beets. I did carrots in the other one. So all the root crops right now are over here. 5 gardens worth of beets. I think the most I ever did before was maybe, I don't know, I gotta go back and look, maybe 4. I think it was 3 though, maybe 4. I think I did 4 one year. I think I did this one, and those 2 over there, or I'm not sure. I thought it was only 3, but that might have been 4. But I got a lot of beets that year. So anyway, this is the one, these 2 I planted at the same time. I planted this one and those 2 over here a little later on. And as you can see, the beets are coming up just fine in here. They're beautiful. Really nice. A little bit larger than the other ones, of course, because they're older. I gotta try and keep up on the weeding because I don't like having the weeds compete with the, even in raised beds, you gotta, I keep after them little suckers. Every nutrient the weed takes is less I have for the, why is that worm dead? Huh, I don't know. I got a lot of worms in there though. So anyway, this is the reason I got this shade cloth over this like this. It's more of a protecting cloth right now. Because something, and I don't know what, I thought it might, I got a little chunk of mouse poison in here. Because I've had mice do this exact same thing in my greenhouse before. So something came through and ate the tops of all of these beautiful beets. So a lot of these, some of these will come back. Some of these will come back. Now I'll put a few more seeds down. See, that's new, to try and fill them in. But something came in and just clipped all of these on many of them. Some of these are going to come back because I had this happen before, and they do come back. You see on that one, it's got a new leaf coming in it. Right there, that's going to come back. I don't know so much about this one. If it can put a leaf out, it'll be nice, but it looks like it's gone pecan. So, I'm not so sure what did this. There's another dead worm, a couple of them. I think it's too much water. I watered the snot out of these. I ain't worried, don't worry. I ain't worried. So anyway, I'm gonna use my shade cloth as protectors on these beds, as a screen protector. And since I've done that, these are starting to recover a bit. They got some nice ones in there too. I'm hoping some of these recover. But what I'll do is when they crowded in these other beds over here and over here and over here, I'm gonna transplant some more into this bed. Beets transplant well. They really do. You wouldn't think it, but they do. And they look very gentle and tender, but they take back to the soil real fast. And see how thick these are right here? These are very thick right here. So I'm gonna spread some of them out right here. They thick right there. Thick. That's good for spread them out. They spread out real easy. They retransplant really well. This garden isn't as thick because I kind of covered these seeds a little bit more, so I don't think as many of them came up, but they still have thick areas. Right there, right here. So these are gonna need to be spread out in this garden for sure. This garden right here, I kind of spread it out a little bit, but it could be spread out a little bit more too. But once they start getting bigger, you start losing your opportunities to spread them out so much, because the roots really get established fast. They go down fast. So, and then I got more thick spots in here, really thick. I really put them in heavy in this one. Look at that. Whoa. Lots of thin, and I might be able to even take the thins and expand to another garden. I got so many I got to thin out. So I'm going to probably spread them to another garden over here. I'm probably going to go to one of those back gardens. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to go to over here to one of these, because it looks like it gets a more morning shade. Yeah. And since I got these in the further ones over here, for the evening sun's going to be hitting them, I think what I'm going to do is see how they do on the opposite side, cat corner, and see how they do over here. So that'll tell me some things about my garden, what grows better where. So that's pretty good. I like that. I like that idea. I just came up with that. So yeah, that's going to be a good thing to do. Now I need to get in these gardens. This is celery. I've had planted since last winter, basically. And look at there, it's coming up a new one. So I could just cut this. I'm going to cut this old stuff off and just let it come off out of the new one instead of planting more. I could just let it go to seeds and let it seed itself. Well, it's already got seeds coming off on it. But I need to kind of get in this bed and fill it back up. I need to fill this whole side. All these beds on this side I need to fill back up. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough mulch, enough soil left out of the 2 piles that I had, because I've already filled up all of that side. And I'm on to this side, and I got a pretty good bit left. I just don't know if I'll be able to fill them all up. Now, the reason I say that is because this one and this one and this one really need a lot of soil. They really need a lot. Look at this one. And the reason being, you see that piece of wood in there? When I first made these gardens, I put wood down in there to rot. Well, most of it's rotten. And see, it goes down to holes. So it's got those gaps in there. And it's gonna fill in. It all rotted down. So it's good soil under there. All the way down, that's good soil. It's just, I'm gonna have to fill it in a lot. So anyway, I didn't want to get too long with this video. I ain't gonna sit there and yip yap too much. I want to keep it kind of short. I got another good use for shade cloth. If you don't really need it in the winter around here to shade the plants from the sun, although it does get warm. This is our first cool day, and it's October 8th. October 8th, 2024. And it's our first cool day of the year. I don't need shade cloth during the winter, basically, but I have found a use for it, and I'm gonna go get the rest of it out and cover up these other beds so nothing gets to them. Just a real quick show. Garlics, peppers that I transplant. Peppers handle the cold very well. It takes a really big amount of cold. They actually thrive in this kind of weather, this coolish weather. Got the fall and winter and early spring plants ready to go. I got some broccoli and cauliflower in here. These are jump starts that I bought from the store, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I got the seedlings I'm trying to get going over there, so I'm gonna plant the rest of the gardens with that. I got that lavender I'm trying to root in here, but I got some more that's rooting over there in the greenhouse underneath that little seed starting area I got. It's doing well. Look at this Thai basil, beautiful. And the green onions, got some beautiful rosemary. That's that lavender that loves it down here. Here's some more lavender, a different variety. This one I don't think took. There's some Swiss chards I got planted through there. Look at these. These are growing. I mean, they don't look like they are, and they're losing their leaves, but I think they actually putting down some roots, because I see some little new starts coming, especially on well, no. Anyway, I'm gonna edit that out, I believe. I don't know. That don't look like it's growing all of a sudden. I thought it was, but it might. You just gotta keep it real wet. And there's another rosemary back there. So anyway, that's the rest of this. That's the garden, and I hope y'all are doing well. I know there's a lot going on in this country right now. My daughter is in the line of another stupid freaking hurricane. It's 2 in a row she's in the line of in Florida. I don't know, man. I know she loves them horses, but man, that's a dangerous place to live. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get another video on the hurricane stuff, but anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye.